You ever open your banking app and instantly regret it? Like your money evaporated when you weren't looking? Take a breath. You're not bad with money, you were just never taught how to make it behave. But today, we're fixing that. Starting with one of the simplest and most powerful tools you'll ever use, the 50/30/20 rule. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to use it, you'll understand how it reshapes your entire financial life. 1. Why the 50/30/20 rule hits like a release valve. Let's start with something no one tells you. Budgeting doesn't have to feel like a financial prison. In fact, the 50/30/20 rule feels more like a release valve, a way to stop the pressure from building up inside your wallet and your mind. This method, popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren in her book All Your Worth, breaks your after-tax income into 3 clear categories. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for savings debt repayment. It's simple, but that's exactly why it works. Simplicity builds habits, and habits build wealth. Imagine making $3,000 a month after taxes. With the 50/30/20 rule, $1,500 would go toward essentials like rent, bills, groceries, and insurance. $900 would go toward your lifestyle, like dinners out, Netflix, or travel. And $600? That's your financial freedom fund, money for paying down debt, saving, or investing. This structure creates clarity, and clarity gives you control. 2. What goes into each bucket, and why it matters. Let's dig deeper into each category, because this part is often misunderstood. 50% needs are your survival basics. This includes rent or mortgage, utility bills, transport, groceries, insurance, and minimum debt payments. It doesn't include your gym subscription, takeout sushi, or that Target run for throw pillows. Only what's essential. 30% wants are the joyful extras, the stuff that makes life richer, not just livable. Think subscriptions, fashion, hobbies, travel, nights out. The key here isn't guilt, it's awareness. When you cap your wants at 30%, you're giving yourself permission to enjoy life without sabotaging your future. 20% savings/debt is your launchpad. This is where the future version of you is born. It covers emergency savings, investing, and paying off credit card balances or student loans. People often mess up by mixing categories, treating wants as needs or ignoring savings altogether. The 50/30/20 rule creates honest boundaries that help you see your spending for what it really is. 3. The psychology behind budgeting. Budgeting isn't just about math, it's about emotion. Fear, shame, anxiety, even pride. And that's where this rule becomes more than a spreadsheet. Our brains crave simplicity. When something feels too complicated, like budgeting apps with 40 categories, we avoid it. We procrastinate. And that avoidance costs us money. The 50/30/20 rule works with your psychology. It gives you permission to spend on yourself, guilt-free. It gives you structure without strangling you. And most importantly, it builds a sense of progress. That small rush you feel when you stick to it for a month? That's financial confidence being born. For example, Jake, one of my subscribers, told me he used to black out when he looked at his finances. But after 1 month of following 50/30/20, he realized he wasn't broke. He was just scattered. That awareness changed everything. 4. Lifestyle creep warning. Let's talk about a silent financial killer, lifestyle creep. You get a raise. Maybe your salary jumps from $45K to $60K. You should be saving more, right? But instead, your rent gets a bump. Your Uber Eats frequency triples. A new iPhone slides into your life. Suddenly, that raise vanishes. That's lifestyle creep. The 50/30/20 rule helps you catch this early. Because it forces you to preserve proportion, no matter how much you earn. If your income goes up, your savings should go up too, not just your takeout budget. Here's the trick: anytime your income increases, treat the extra money like it never existed. Dump 80% of it into savings or debt. Use the rest to upgrade your life intentionally, not automatically. 5. When 50/30/20 isn't enough, adaptation for real life. Now let's get real. Sometimes, the classic 50/30/20 doesn't fit your life. If you're living in New York, London, or Sydney, good luck keeping rent under 50%. Inflation, childcare, or medical costs can distort your needs budget fast. That doesn't mean the rule is broken, it means you adapt it. Maybe you go 60/20/20, or 70/15/15. The principle stays: cap your wants, grow your savings, and control your needs. One of our viewers, Libby from Toronto, adjusted hers to 50/20/20/10, splitting her savings portion further between emergency, retirement, student loans, and investments. That kind of flexibility makes this method sustainable. Budgeting isn't one size fits all, but the 50/30/20 is a damn good template to start from. 6. Tools tactics that do the heavy lifting. Let's make this practical. You don't need to become a spreadsheet wizard to make this work. But you do need tools that do the thinking for you. Here are a few that help. Automated transfers. Schedule automatic movements to savings on payday. If you don't see it, you won't spend it. Banking apps with buckets. Banks like Monzo, Chime, or Ally let you create pots or buckets that separate your money visually. Budget trackers. Tools like a NAB, Every Dollar, or even a simple Google Sheet using color coding can bring your numbers to life. Start small. You don't need a financial fortress on day one. Just one automated transfer, 50 to savings, and you're in the game. 7. Budgeting success stories that speak volumes. Let's spotlight what's possible. Sam, a 29-year-old from Melbourne, used to live paycheck to paycheck. No savings. $6,000 in credit card debt. He started the 50/30/20 rule in January. By September, he had paid off his debt and saved $3,200 for his wedding. Not because he made more, but because he finally saw where his money was leaking. Rachel in Manchester used it to quit a job she hated. She followed the 20% savings strategy for 9 months, built a 6-month runway, then launched her freelance graphic design career. Now she earns more, works fewer hours, and controls her time. Budgeting isn't about saying no, it's about saying yes to the right things. 8. Mental traps to dodge. Even a good system can go wrong if you sabotage it. Trap 1. Confusing wants with needs. You don't need Starbucks every day, but you might want to keep it. That's fine, just budget it as a want. Trap 2. All or nothing thinking. If you overspend 1 month, don't quit. One mistake doesn't ruin the system, quitting does. Trap 3. Budget rebellion. If the plan feels too rigid, you'll revolt. Build in flexibility. Leave 5 to 10% of your wants category unassigned. Call it your wildcard fund. Budgeting works when it feels like a tool, not a punishment. 9. Triggers for staying motivated. Finally, let's anchor this with motivation. Here are 3 triggers to keep you going. Visual transformation. Track your progress monthly with a graph. Seeing your debt shrink or savings grow rewires your brain to crave financial wins. Accountability buddy. Share your budgeting goals with someone who'll check in. It's harder to break promises when someone's watching. Small wins. Reward yourself. Stick to the plan for 30 days. Treat yourself, within the 30%, of course. This isn't just about money. It's about becoming someone who feels in control again. So here's what we've unlocked today. The 50/30/20 rule isn't a magic fix. It's a framework. One that clears the fog, sets healthy limits, and makes space for both joy and progress. We explored how it works, why it matters, how to adapt it to real life, and how to build in tools and mindset shifts to make it stick. But most importantly, we showed that anyone, yes, even you, can take the first step toward financial clarity today. Not someday. Not when you make more. Today. If this helped you, check out the description or the first pinned comment. I left some useful tools and exclusive links to budgeting apps and financial challenges you can start right now. And since you stayed until the end, YouTube picked something special just for you. It's on screen now. Click it and keep building your money mindset. Let's take this momentum into your next win.